course, I got a cot thinking that I will put the baby in the cot, but the cot now works as a very good place to keep our ironed clothes. Hi guys, my name is Shivani and you're welcome to Happy Holi. Today we are going to be talking about newborn essentials. So when I was pregnant for the first time, I was led to believe by a lot of marketing and sales endeavors that I needed a bunch of things. And by the time it came to my second baby, since it had only been about 2 years, I had a fairly good idea of what are the things that I really used and needed. So I'm going to share all of that with you today. Let's talk about feeding essentials. Now, for feeding, you can be going two routes. One, you can be planning to breastfeed the baby, or you could be planning to formula feed, or you could be planning a combination of both. So, for breastfeeding, well, in my opinion, it is the simplest way to feed the baby because you don't really need anything else apart from you and the baby. If you are planning to pump, however, then you could be going two routes again. You could be using a manual pump or you could be using an electric pump. So for my first baby, I did use a manual pump, and I found it while it was very handy, the fact that you don't have to plug it anywhere, it is also very tiring for your wrists and it is very time consuming. So this time around, I decided that I was not going to get into pumping at all. I was just going to feed the baby exclusively for 6 months straight and then move on to cow's milk. But this time, however, I did get an electric pump. It was a hand-me-down from a dear friend, and I did use it. I found it fairly useful, and I would recommend it if you are planning to pump a lot. But if you are planning to pump just intermittently and just on the go, then I think a manual pump should cut it. If you are planning to breastfeed for the first time, I would highly recommend a feeding pillow. For the first couple of months, they can be really handy. Post the first couple of months, they are also very handy to make the baby sit. The baby can kind of sit and play in them for a bit. So anyway, they are reasonably priced, so I would suggest definitely get one. Whether you're planning to pump or whether you're planning to formula feed, I found that these Comotomo bottles were very handy. Now this is what we used a lot of, and the baby took to the latch really well. We also found these pigeon glass bottles very nice. So these glass bottles are a must have. It may happen that your supply may be impacted and you may immediately need to give the baby something. So while you can definitely keep a formula in the backup, what you can also do is keep this herb called Vavading. Now Rujuta Divekar has actually spoken about this in her book, and she has spoken about that if your cow's milk is locally sourced and it's sourced from a good place, then you can add this herb called Vavading to it and you can feed your baby that instead of formula. And that is what I did, and I really benefited from it. Now let's talk about baby sleep. So the first time around, so we have been co-sleeping with both of our babies, and of course I got a cot thinking that I will put the baby in the cot, but the cot now works as a very good place to keep our ironed clothes. So the cot is not something we really used, but it did act as a safe place for the baby, when we just needed to put the baby down and just do certain things around the house. And from about 6 months to 18 months is when they come in really handy, even if you're not using them for sleep. For sleeping itself, we did not unfortunately end up using it a lot. Again, my cot was a hand-me-down, so I would suggest that try and look for a hand-me-down cot rather than investing in a new cot. We got this from a dear friend and we got it painted, and it was as good as new. We also got something called a ghodiyu, or the baby swing. This is a traditional Indian baby swing. Also, I really like the concept behind it, which is that when in an Indian swing, the baby's eyes, they move from side to side, and that movement actually is very useful. The Indian swing movement is actually very good in helping you drift off to sleep. That is also the movement that a hammock has, so you may want to check it out. It did not work for my baby because my baby had reflux, and in my first pregnancy I did not even know about this. Check it out and see if that's something you want to already have on you. Especially if you don't have help around the house and you and your partner are pretty much the only ones, or you have an elder person who may not be able to really sort of carry the baby as much, these swings are very handy because you can just tie a string on them and somebody can just keep kind of pulling it and help the baby sort of drift off. I also found this baby bed very useful. You can keep these anywhere, whether you are you're sitting on the playmat on the ground, or whether you are on your bed, whether the baby's in the cot, whatever it is. This kind of acts as the baby's personal sort of mattress come blanket. So when the baby is asleep and you're moving the baby from one place to another, this is very handy because then you don't kind of move the baby out of their warm, comfortable space, And I would highly recommend it. Babies don't wake up. You can put them from one room to the other. So definitely check out this bed. It's easily available online on Amazon. It comes with a mosquito net, so again that makes it very handy for monsoon babies, so definitely check it out. For baby sleep, for the first 3 months, definitely invest in these muslin swaddle blankets. We got these from Aden and Anais, and they are very soft and very comfortable, and they are very long, so that is very good because the baby can be wrapped very comfortably. You also get similar stuff which is made in India, and it's made of very fine cotton, again very easily available online. And but definitely get something like this because you can just wrap the baby like so, and makes it very handy for to help the baby's Moro reflex not kick in. Now this Moro reflex is the one which has them kind of flailing their arms about and waking themselves up. So if you swaddle them at least for the first 2 to even I would say 3 months, swaddling is very helpful. So something in cotton is usually a good way to go. Now let's talk about changing the baby. So of course diapers, for the newborn diapers, they only kind of are good to go for the first month. After that, typically babies need one size up. The good thing is the weight is mentioned on them. For wipes, definitely, I think something water-based is what we ended up using, and we used this brand called Mother Sparsh, and we were fairly happy with it. Apart from that, you can always go the route where you have just really nice soft tissues and you use water to kind of wet them and wipe the baby. But usually you get very good quality water wipes in the market now, so you don't really need to do that. So water wipes are definitely good to stock up on. Apart from that, what we used was a changing pad. The rubber sheets again, are very handy, whether to kind of put on top of the changing pad, or some people also put them on top of the mattress to protect the mattress. But nowadays you have very good mattress protectors that are made of plastic, and you don't really need to go the rubber sheets route, because rubber sheets can make everything feel hotter than it really is. Especially in warmer months, I would not recommend putting rubber sheets under your bed sheet. But definitely mattress protectors are the next thing on my list. Now let's talk about baby clothing. Now for baby clothing, having tried everything that is in the market, top and bottom, bottom and top, sleep suits, onesies, rompers, I would say that for the first 3 months, the baby does best when they are in sleep suits. Now, sleep suits are, they cover the baby from top to bottom, and you can get the footed ones. And what I did was, I cut off the foots after a while so that, I could kind of extend the life of the sleep suits. These work just fine. So if you have a winter baby, I would highly recommend these sweatshirts. We got them from Carter's. They are very handy, especially because they are made of fleece, and they are very useful for, especially because they have a hood, so you don't need a separate cap from on top, and even when the baby is sleeping, you can just kind of make them wear their hood and they go to sleep. What I never knew about was these turtlenecks, and they were a complete lifesaver, because what happens is with babies, they tend to catch everything from the throat. The throat is a very sensitive part for a baby. I mean, even for an adult, but especially for a baby. So if the babies wear turtlenecks, and their necks are covered, we notice that they don't fall sick as often, they don't catch colds, nothing. You don't have to layer up as much. So definitely get your babies some nice cotton turtlenecks. Apart from that, you get thermals for babies as well, and these are again very useful. But I would only recommend them in really severe winters, maybe say January. For baby bathing, so definitely get hooded towels. They are very handy. Get maybe 3-4 thinner cotton towels, because you know you can wash them more frequently. They are easier to kind of wrap the baby in, and they last you a lot longer. They don't smell, you know, so definitely thinner cotton hooded towels is what I would recommend. You can also get washcloths, or you can just take a you know cotton cloth and just use that to kind of sponge the baby. You can get baby hankies. They come in packs of 6. Just make sure that you're getting the 100% cotton variety and not the 80% cotton and 20% polyester mix wala variety, because that is it doesn't soak anything and it's extremely annoying. So just make sure that you get the 100% cotton variety. I believe this brand called Baby Hug has this pack of 6. You know, so we got those and we are very happy with them. I really struggled with bathtubs. You know, so for the first baby, I got a bathing chair, and I think out of all the combinations that I tried, the baby chair, you know, worked quite nicely, especially for the first 6 to 7 months. Once the baby starts sitting, everything is a lot easier. So everything that you want to get is primarily you're looking at a 6 to 8 month mark. So you know, if you're okay kind of riding it out for the first 6 to 8 months, then maybe you don't need to buy it. These are pretty handy for the first 6 to 8 months. For toiletries, keep it really very simple. Just get some oil, any oil of your choice, for you know massaging the baby. Make sure that you're soaping the baby not more than once or twice a week. So apart from this, there are a few things that I have mentioned in my hospital bag video, so definitely check that out. You may find that useful as well. And also check out my video on postpartum must-haves for the mom. A lot of times, you know, once the baby comes in, moms do tend to neglect themselves. So your pregnancy is the best time to stock up on postpartum must-haves. So definitely check out that video. I hope you liked the video today and you found it useful. And I will see you next time in the next video. Please take care and bye.